Hi guys, it's Friday, except it's not actually Friday. I have to film this on Thursday because apparently now I am a band manager for the high school marching band, and apparently I carry instruments and pack them on the bus and hand out plumes for the hats and stuff, I guess, which is cool because if I wasn't doing this, I would be the kid, either the one sitting in the bleachers with her parents or sitting in the bleachers alone, probably with a book, because all my friends are in marching bands. So anyway, that means Friday night football game. I'm not going to have time to film tomorrow. I'll have time for home games because I don't need to be at the school that early for home games. But Fridays during football season, I'm just going to have to film them on Thursday. So I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to see your video yet, Sam. But it has to be done. It'll only be for football season. So that's great. That's school related. I started school on Wednesday. I go to a public high school. Our grade system works the same way as Larissa's. Kindergarten through 6th grade is elementary, 7th and 8th is middle school, 9th through 12th is high school. We are a particularly small school district. There's less than 150 kids in my grade. Freshman is 9th grade, sophomore is 10th grade, junior is 11th grade, senior is 12th grade, just in case you didn't know that. I don't know how much you know about us Americans and our schooling. I don't think anyone else mentioned that. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe Casey or Larissa mentioned that. I don't know. I don't know. We're really close together, too. The only three, like, the middle school, the high school, and the elementary school, we're all within the district. Like, I know around here at least, there's more than one high school in the same district. But we are our own district. We're all like in the same complex thing, which is really convenient. I know some other schools in my area have like a middle school over here and then like a high school way over here. I don't understand that because I've kind of grown up around this. When I first started school, I didn't go to the school that I go to now in the town that I live in, because their kindergarten cutoff is you have to be 5 by September 1st, same as Minnesota. It is Minnesota, right? You have the same kindergarten cutoff as us. But I was reading to my preschool class. I read them like Frosty the Snowman. My parents were like, I'm not keeping her home for another year. She needs to be in school. She's too stinking smart. So basically, I went to a private school that wasn't like in the same town that I live in, but it was kind of on the way to where my dad worked, and it worked out really well. They had a ridiculous tuition, which is why I ended up stopping there. But I made a lot of friends there, and I stayed there until 4th grade, the end of 4th grade. For 5th grade, I transferred to the public school that I go to now, and in 5th and 6th grade, I hated it so much because we were kind of grouped by we were in just random classes, and I was stuck with a bunch of people that I just couldn't tolerate most of the time. But in 7th and 8th grade, in the 7th and 8th grade, the middle school and the high school were in the same building. They're just like in a separate wing type of thing. In 7th and 8th grade, we got separated into honors and stuff. And in my school, you don't have, like, honors classes. You're either in honors all around, or you're not in honors all around. So, at the same time, that it's kind of unfair, because I don't think I should be taking, like, honors biology. Because I'm not good at biology. You give me chemistry, I'm fine with all that chemical. I'm good with chemistry. Like elements, atoms, that stuff's cool. I love that. But you give me like animals and plants and dissection and all that stuff, and it's just like, no, I don't want to do this. But I'm in honors all around. At the end of 8th grade, I was 6th in ranking in the grade, which I guess it isn't really saying a lot because there's less than 150 of us, but that's still pretty good. At the end of the first quarter in 9th grade, I was 9th, I know. But I don't know class ranking at the end of 9th grade, and I don't know class ranking now. So in the high school, we start first period. Sophomores have first period rotation, which means we do different things on each day. So, for example, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I have gym in the very early morning. Tuesdays, I have driver's ed, which, according to my starting school early, I'm still 14 years old, and I am now taking driver's ed, which I find baffling. I find it hilarious. It drives me crazy. Thursdays, I have home ec, and Fridays, I have biolab, which is convenient because I have biology second period, so I don't have to move at all between lab and biology. I just stay there, which is nice, but I hate biology. I have double biology on Fridays. It's awful. But it's good because after that I have English. And English is my second favorite subject that I'm taking this year. So I go from English to Spanish. I go to Spanish. So I go from one language to another. Then I have lunch, which is nice. I have fifth period lunch, which is kind of distressing to me because I was used to fourth period lunch. We have lunch. The middle schoolers have lunch, third period, and then we have fourth, fifth, and sixth lunch. And that's not because we're a big school. It's because we are a moderately sized school and we have a very tiny cafeteria. After lunch, I go to European American history, which is very convenient because it's right next to my locker, so I can take my sweet old time at my locker and not be late for history. Go straight from history to algebra. So we have algebra, then we go back upstairs, and we end up in the freshman hallway for speech comp, which is speech composition. I guess you could say that. That would be the full title. It's a required class. I didn't get any elective choices this year because honors kids have to take speech comp. We don't get a choice. I would probably take it anyway, but we don't get a choice. Yeah, I think speech comp is going to be my absolute favorite class. Larissa, I think it's perfectly fine that you're a cheerleader. I have nothing against cheerleaders. I mean, any cheerleader that will admit to being a nerd, or enough to call themselves a nerd fighter, is clearly not your average stereotypical cheerleader. Most cheerleaders probably aren't stereotypical cheerleaders. There are a few. I can name several that I know, but I do not believe you are one of them. Yeah, I'm fine from the hurricane. The earthquake, whenever the earthquake happened, was actually a bit worse, I think, at least on my street, because it burst a pipe. It didn't burst it, but it cracked it under my street, so it was leaking. And it was kind of amusing. I'll put in a clip. So, you know that earthquake we had up here on the East Coast? Well, it apparently didn't burst, but caused a pipe under my street to leak. So our street is wet. Thought that would be a bit of East Coast, hey, my street's leaking trivia or something like that. Cool. They fixed